in Polan at Klezmer House, our accommodation. This is the breakfast room. You can see it's like a Jewish museum. It's unbelievably books and old school. It's like you've gone back in time, which people have said. We can't get in our room to 2 o'clock, so it's about 10 o'clock now. But they offered us a coffee and we're going to go in for a walk into the main square. But our first thoughts of Poland, driving from the airport to here, it's just all the beautiful houses and greenery. It's just an amazing looking place and with an abundance of history. So we're in the main square in Krakow, trying our first bit of traditional food. We've just been over to a traditional soup shop and get some beer and cider. There's just grills going everywhere. It's really an impressive square. People just standing on the tables like we're on, just eating our food. So we've arrived in Krakow and we've checked in and walked around the main town, the old town, and now we've come back to the Jewish quarter where there's a few tour groups going on and we're just sitting here. It's pretty cool. It's only about 16 degrees, as you can see, people in puffer jackets and coats, and we're just sitting here for a few drinks. Got a mulled wine. Kathy's got a mulled wine, and I've got a local beer. They've got the fires going here. It's not that cold, but it's Melbourne sort of spring day. But it's just so good to be here. It's beautiful. We're heading towards the castle. It's Monday morning. It's another beautiful day. It's going to be about 22 degrees. Really cool overnight. 3 degrees. So you can see here just all the graffiti on the walls, and it's a lazy Monday morning. Definitely gives it an edge, like all the graffiti on the walls and churches, and yeah, it's a very pretty city. It reminds me a bit of Berlin in some parts, but then there's the beauty of all the buildings, the Austro-Hungarian, the churches, lots of Catholic churches. I think there's 90% of Poles are Catholic. We finally made it to the Wawel Castle in Krakow. It's probably only about 5 minutes from where we live, but we sort of got a little bit lost in the back streets of the grungy Kazimierz suburb, and anyway, we're here now, so it's very impressive. You can see the old wall out the front of it, and the kings and the coronations and all took place here. It's quite a big place. On Mondays it's free for first in, but it looks like a fair few people going, so it's probably only about $5 to get in. This list where a little boy was running down, and there's lots of tributes to a slaughter that was taking place during the war. We just spent time in that beer garden over there, which has been really nice, and heading back now, back through the quarter. It's been probably about 20 degrees today, but as the sun's starting to go down, it's definitely a lot cooler. People in puffer jackets, some people still in shorts, but it's probably be about 15 degrees. This is a famous little square here. Lots of bars and nightclubs around here, and the famous pizza type bread with pizza toppings are served here, so everyone from the nightclubs and clubs and bars pour out here to get fed. All these places were packed this afternoon as we're coming. The sun was setting here. I'll just walk up here. I just want to have a quick look at this food. Zapakenki. So they're like a pizza bread, and you can see people eating them. They all pretty much serve the same thing. There's about 20, 30 windows. But this is usually packed, people lining up to get food. We're in the chapel at the bottom of the salt mine. I think we're about 800 metres deep in, and the chapel has got all religious significance with Joseph and Mary and baby Jesus. They still have Mass here every week. I'm not sure who would come because it's a long way down, but it's so impressive. And she was saying there's 150 miners still work here who do the maintenance. It stopped production in 1996, but they still have 150 people who keep the upkeep of all the sculptures. Sunday morning here in Krakow. We're heading over to Schindler's factory where the movie Schindler's List was based on, which I think everyone knows the story, how a Polish man saved a lot of Jews and made them work for him, and it's a great story on one of the many sad stories of the Holocaust in as I said, a lot of people, Jewish people here in Poland, I think it was 1 million of 6 million exterminated came from this area. Here's the Vistula River. We're crossing over to go to the factory. If you can see down there, there's boat tours, which we're probably going to do at some stage and get a bit of a view of Krakow from the water. It's a beautiful day here. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's probably about 16, 17 degrees. Sun's out. All the white bodies are out. And yeah, we're looking the next few days. It's going to be pretty good weather too, 21, 22, 23. So we're approaching the Jewish Memorial Square in Krakow. The significance of this square, when we get a bit closer, you'll see empty seats. So back in World War II, before all the Jews were gathered here, and they were sorted by the German soldiers on people who were fit to work and who weren't fit to work. And those who weren't fit to work were then sent out to Auschwitz or one of the other camps. So you could just imagine, like every day there'd be thousands of Jewish people in here just waiting on the decisions of the German soldiers on whether they were fit enough to work here or not, and if they weren't, they were put straight on the train out to Auschwitz. And each one of these empty chairs signifies people who lost their lives during the war. There's messages people have left and pictures of people Israelis who have died in the Gaza Hamas war at the moment. People have written on rocks. Remembrance, and they place them in this square, which is quite sacred for Jewish people because, as I said, this is where they were sorted, whether they were fit to work or not fit to work, and sent out to Auschwitz from here. After this, we're going to Schindler's factory as well, so you sort of start to get a real feel for the Jewish community here back in 1945. And for me, it makes it even harder to understand what's happening now in Gaza when you thought this would never be allowed to happen again, and stuff's still happening, how humans treat each other. So yeah, it's pretty confronting. So we're in the Jewish synagogue in Kazmij, an old cemetery. We've just gone through the synagogue into the cemetery. It's very lush and birds in the trees and peaceful sort of a place. It's a very solemn place. No one speaks at all. You're not allowed to take a lot of photos, but they explain it beautifully and respectfully on what happened and how it should never happen again. We're now about to go into Birkenau, Auschwitz 2. You can see the rail line that would lead up to the entrance gates, and there's 2 square kilometres of just huts here that house people. This is just one of thousands of these. It's 700 people would be in here at least. And this is all pretty much the original, how they survived, or it's quite incredible. It was confronting, and it really is. It's a hard thing to get your head around what happened, how many people died, and from Poland was the worst hit. So it's a very, very complex city. It's had Jewism, Nazism, communism. The whole square is surrounded by eateries, which is really overpriced. But it's, I think it's one of the biggest squares in Europe. It's certainly massive, and it's colourful, and it's a pretty town.